Hi, welcome to my live stream today. In today's video, I'll be telling you how you can relocate to New Zealand as a permanent resident. If you're looking for a country that is welcoming and has a clear path to permanent residence prior to arriving in New Zealand, or a clear path to permanent residence within 2 years, then keep watching this video because this video is for you. Watch this video to the end as I guide you through the process of how you can navigate the process and move to New Zealand. Okay. Before that, let's do a quick introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Uche Agor. As you all know, in this channel, I bring immigration updates and I share information that help nurses and a bit of fitness. In today's video, I'm making a live stream because if I decide to make the video and edit it, it will take a longer time. So the aim of this video today is to share with you the updated list of shortage occupations in New Zealand and how you can relocate to New Zealand in 2024. Because this month of May, New Zealand government has updated their green list, okay? With effect from May 2024, New Zealand has announced changes to their immigration system. And that is the purpose of this video, because I'll be telling you about it, because these changes involves adding more jobs to their green list. We've all been hearing shortage occupation list. However, in New Zealand, their own term is green list. Green list is likened to shortage occupation, just as is frequently used in the UK. UK uses the word shortage occupation. It means the occupations that are in demand and have shortage of workers. So they have updated their green list. So if you hear me say green list, I mean shortage occupations. And the good thing with New Zealand actually is that within 2 years, you can get your permanent residence. Yes. And there is also an option for you to get a straight residence visa. I'm going to be sharing all of that with the official website of New Zealand government, and I'll tell you more about it. So, like I said, green list is a list of occupations that when you qualify, you can fast track to residence or have access to work to residence pathway. Okay, so I'll be sharing my screen with you and tell you briefly more about what this is about. Thank you for joining the live stream. Please give it a thumbs up before you leave. That is just a way to encourage me, and that'll be helpful to my channel as well. So I'll share my screen with you briefly. This is one of the informations that I saw, and I think it is valuable for the video today. So working in New Zealand, it says that for you to be able to work in New Zealand, you'll be able to find an accredited employer. And when you find, this is the second slide I want to share. So I will share the right one with you. For you to work in New Zealand, you will find an employer. In this video, I'll also be telling you about the websites where you can find accredited employers, and I'll also tell you where you can find these jobs, okay? So the green lists for New Zealand, these are the skills under the shortage occupations in New Zealand. What does it mean? It simply means that to make New Zealand a highly desirable destination for skilled migrants, professionals on the green list can now qualify to replace this shortage occupation list. And like I already mentioned, there is straight residence visa. This allows you to stay in New Zealand indefinitely. And the immigration in New Zealand is projecting this process 80% of all straight resident visa applications within five months. So that simply means that the time frame is 5 months. For you to qualify for straight residence visa, I really love this opportunity because it's not age limited per se. It's from age 15 to 55 years. So for you to qualify for a straight residence visa, you need to be aged 55 years or younger. And at the time when you apply for the visa, you should have already obtained a job offer from an accredited employer. An accredited employer is simply an employer who has received an approval from New Zealand government to employ workers to fill in the shortage occupations. So your role must be on the tier 1 of the green list and meet the requirements that have been set out in the green list for your role. Also, the beautiful thing I love about this process, that I could not even wait to share it with everyone who can come across it so that they can apply as soon as possible, is that if you have children who are age 24 and below in your application, they can move to New Zealand with you. However, there is a but. They have to be single, and not just being single, they should not have children of their own. Like, they should be dependent on you financially. That's what it means. So you can either come to New Zealand on a work visa now, or you apply for straight to residence visa. That means straight to residence, you're entering New Zealand as a permanent resident, or you can apply from outside New Zealand. So from April 8, 2024, additional roles were added to the green list, which are all here. However, in May 2024, the list that has been updated, the favorable one is for secondary school teachers. Secondary school teachers can now have a straight residence visa to move or migrate to New Zealand to fill in these shortage occupations. So for you to gain residence in New Zealand, for you to be eligible at the time when you apply, you should have, like I mentioned, a job offer from an accredited employer, and your employment must be full-time, permanent, or fixed within 12 months. And that is part of the job roles that are listed for the green lists. Okay, so I will stop sharing the screen and tell you a bit about it. If you're joining this video, thank you. Please give it a thumbs up. That is so helpful for my channel. And in New Zealand, if this opportunity favors you, you should go straight to apply. I would like to also add that I'm not an immigration consultant. However, I find my channel as a means to add value to people to also migrate to any country of their choice. And that is why this video is made. So please feel free to check out these informations that I'm sharing with you today and confirm it for yourself. In New Zealand, there are different visa types. There's a Tier 1 visa and there's a Tier 2 visa. So Tier 1 visa in New Zealand is a straight residence visa. And for the straight residence visa, you have to apply for this visa if you currently work or you have a job offer from an accredited employer and your role is on the Tier 1 green list. So straight to residence is a Tier 1 visa, and then work to residence, which means after 2 years you get your permanent residence in New Zealand, is a Tier 2 visa. So for the straight to residence visa, with this visa, what are the things that you can do? With this visa, you can live, work, and study in New Zealand, which is beautiful. That means while you're living in New Zealand and working, if you want to further your career and do your master's or PhD, you can also do that. And of course, you can include your partner and dependent children who are age 24 or younger in your visa application. This is beautiful for me. And at the time when you apply for this visa, you must be working for or have an accredited employer. What are the things that you need to apply? You also can check your eligibility. Please feel free to check these informations as well so that it will be beneficial to you. I will tell you about the Tier 2 visa briefly and what it entails. Thank you for watching and thank you for joining the live stream. Please give the video a thumbs up. It will be so beneficial to my channel. Thank you so much. And going straight to sharing the work to residence visa pathway, which I said is the Tier 2 visa. For you to apply for this visa, you apply for this visa if you currently work for or have a job offer as well from an accredited employer. So that simply means that after 2 years, you will get your permanent residence to New Zealand. And with this visa as well, you are not limited because you can live, work, study in New Zealand. And the things you need to apply, you need all of these, and please feel free to check them out, and that will be beneficial to your application as well. It will be beautiful for you to actually check these things out so that you would know which one applies to you and which one does not apply to your application process. So moving on to further information that will be beneficial in your application to New Zealand and obtaining a permanent residence. Their updated list, like I said, secondary school teachers have been updated to the list in May 2024. But before then, I'm going to share my screen to show you a website where you can check if the employer is accredited. So basically, when you find these jobs, so that you don't waste your time, because of course you wouldn't want to be involved in the whole process and then find out at the end that your employer is not accredited. So when you find a job, like people will say they've gone to do their own research. You can do your research by going on to Google to type and search for accredited employer. So this is New Zealand immigration website where you can check if your employer is accredited. You use this searchable tool to check if your employer is accredited. So when you go on this website, scroll down and type the New Zealand number or the name of the business. Just search for if the employer is accredited, because this update is just for accredited employers. I'll head on to show you, if you know any teacher, any secondary school teacher who can benefit from this, they are going to go to New Zealand as a permanent resident. I'm going to show you the next screen where New Zealand government has listed that the secondary school teachers can now move to New Zealand as a straight to residence. So secondary school teachers moving to straight to residence pathway from May 2024, these secondary school teachers can move to straight to residence pathway on the green list of in-demand roles. So the government has announced this, and this move will help to fill the shortages of secondary school teachers in the short to medium term. So this is actually beautiful, because a secondary school teacher can be able to move with her partner, can be able to move with her children, her dependents who are 24 years or younger, and move as a permanent resident. So that is it for where you can search for accredited employers. So once you are interested in this, does it require IELTS to apply? Of course, you have to prove your level of English to be able to apply for this pathway, because if you prove your level of English, if you have IELTS that you have, you can use it to apply. However, for you to be able to find jobs, of course, the first step for you is to find the job. Like I always say, update your CV. When you get the job, look at the job description and then use the job description to tailor your CV. Do not use one CV for all jobs. Just tailor your CV to suit the job description, and then that will give you high chances of being shortlisted for the job. So websites, recommended websites where you can look for these jobs, as we all know, indeed.com. So you can type tier 1 or tier 2 job roles, or type in your own job occupation. However, feel free to check out the green list roles. So first of all, check your green list roles and see, can you share the names of the accredited employer? I'll be able to share the link for you to check the accredited employer. Okay, so first of all, the green list roles, check to see if your current skill or your current occupation is under the green list role. So if your occupation is under the green list role, that is a big plus for you, because you would be able to then proceed to look for this employer. That means your occupation is under the shortage occupation. So the green list role, search the green list roles in demand in New Zealand. If your role is listed and you have qualification, registration, or the experience required, you may be able to get residence immediately. That is the tier 1. Or after 2 years of working there, that is the tier 2 visa. So this is a website for you to actually check to see if your occupation is under the green list. So these are the list. These are a list of 205 occupations under the green list role. I believe that if you're watching this video, or if you share this video to someone, they would somehow find their occupation here. However, if you don't find your occupation under the green list role, please don't give up. Please don't give up, because other opportunities will come out. Immigration rules can change, and it definitely can be in your favor. So when you head onto this website, you can see the green list roles, and there are 205. I don't want to make this video too long, so find out if it can benefit you if your role is under the green list role. Okay, so that is the update I wanted to give you today. Like I was saying, the websites where you can find these jobs. Once you've confirmed that the occupation is under the green list rule, then you can go ahead to move on to Indeed or LinkedIn to look for jobs. Other websites where you can look for these jobs are seek.com, career.gov.nz. Those are the 4 websites where you can find job roles in New Zealand and stand the chance to either move to New Zealand as a permanent resident or move to New Zealand. After 2 years, you get your permanent residence. Okay. So if this video was of great help to you, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, you're welcome. Please do not make it your last time because you will definitely love it here. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I do not take your presence for granted. You are making worth the while and worth the research and all of that. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section and I would have a look. So please, can you share the names of accredited employers? I already talked about this. That is where you can find the websites where you can find the accredited employers. Just type their name if you find the job, and that'll be helpful to you. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope this video was of great help to you, and see you in my next video. Bye for now.